Kabru. Kabru is a mountain in the Himalayas on the border of eastern Nepal and India. It is part of a ridge that extends south from Kangchenjunga and it is the southernmost 7,000 meters, 23,000 feet, peak in the world. To the southwest of Kabru South, there is a 6,400 meter saddle and a 6,682 meter summit known as Rathong. To its southeast is the 6,600 meters Kabru Dome. Mountaineering. The 7,338 meter summit of Kabru is the site of a mountaineering altitude record, either in 1883 or in 1905. The English barrister William Graham, the Swiss hotelier Emil Boss and the Swiss mountain guide Ulrich Kaufmann reported to have reached a point 30 to 40 feet below the summit, which Graham described as little more than a pillar of ice, at 2 p.m. on October 8, 1883. The ascent was questioned by powerful members of the Alpine Club and the Indian Survey Department, though not by their Himalayan climbing colleagues, and has been dismissed for most of the time since. Recent analysis suggests that the mountaineers may have been correct in their assertions after all. If Graham, Boss and Kaufmann had climbed to 7,325 meters on Kabru, it was a remarkable achievement for its time, breaking the existing altitude record by at least 360 meters, assuming a pre-Columbian ascent of Aconcagua, and holding onto it for 26 years, when in 1909 an expedition led by Luigi Amadeo, Duke of the Abruzzi, reached about 7,500 meters on Chalgaliza. If their account is dismissed, the same peak nevertheless became the site of an undisputed altitude record on October 20, 1907, when the Norwegians Carl W. Rubinson and Monrad Aas came within 50 meters of climbing it. Notably, Rubinson and Aas believed that Kaufmann, Boss and Graham had reached the same point 34 years before. The summit of this peak, Kabru North, was first reached by C.R. Cook on November 18, 1935, without oxygen, after his Swiss companion Gustav Schaberth succumbed to altitude sickness at their highest camp. It remained the highest solo climb until 1953. Tulung, 7,349, was first climbed on May 18, 1964, by Franz Lindner and Tenzing Mindra of a German expedition via the west flank and south. Colonel. The original plan to climb the high point of Kabru, P.7412, from the 6,983 meters call had to be abandoned. On May 10, 1994, 12 members of the large Indian Army expedition led by Major Abbey reached the summit of Kabru North, p. 7,338. 4 more climbers would reach this summit on May 13. From the saddle and between, a total of 27 soldiers made the first ascent of Kabru South, p. 7,318, on May 12 and 13. This expedition also accomplished the first ascent of the highest summit of Kabru, p. 7,412, which they called Kabru 3 and at that time was estimated to be 7,395 meters high. 3 members led by Naib Subedar Dan Singh reached the peak on May 12, while a group of 4 led by Naib Subedar Devi Singh climbed it on May 13, completing their ascent of all 3 summits. In 2004, a group of Serbian climbers unsuccessfully attempted to climb the west face of Kabru South. A series of avalanches forced the group to give up their goal. The north-northwest pillar of Tulung was first climbed in 2015 by 2 Ukrainian climbers, Mikhail Fomin and Nikita Balbanov, who won the PLA d'Or for their climb. It was the 5th ascent of Tulung.